It is widely accepted that passerine birds can adaptively regulate body mass in different ecological contexts. For example, increasing weight when food is less predictable and losing weight when predators are around. Moreover, passerine birds with access to tasty, high-calorie food ad libitum, for example a regularly stocked bird feeder, appear not to put on weight. As a first step to investigating whether birds really do maintain body weight in the face of a plentiful and tasty diet, we reanalyzed published data for great tits and for zebra finches, the former living in the wild and the latter in the lab. In both cases, over an extended period of time, the bird's body mass did not change. In stark contrast, humans typically get fat when they eat a diet of high-calorie, attractive food over the long term. In a 2-week study, participants were given an ad libitum diet of either ultra-processed food or unprocessed food. Those on the ultra-processed food diet ate around 500 kilocalories more a day. And this difference in calorie intake resulted in a difference in weight change between the two dietary groups. Now, if we show the equivalent data that we then collected in the lab on zebra finches as a pilot study, we can see a contrast to the human data. Zebra finches barely change weight over 40 days, and they are not affected by whether they are on a controlled diet or high-fat diet. In summary, whereas the difference in weight change in humans between the two dietary groups reached nearly 2 kilograms over 2 weeks, over a similar period of time zebra finches showed no difference in weight change regardless of their diet. We then conducted our main study, which involved zebra finches exposed to 2 different diets, a tasty, varied, high-fat diet or a controlled diet of mixed seed. And they were also exposed to either being instrumented with a weighted backpack or not. Overall, 2 separate sets of experiments were run, and the findings of those experiments are in agreement. Drawing out the most important results, first, the birds that were instrumented with a weight lost considerable mass over the following 2 days. Those birds are presented as white squares on the top graph and red or yellow circles in the bottom graph. Second, once the weights were removed, the birds recovered their body mass over the subsequent week. So how do the finches lose weight in response to the instrumentation? Do they eat less? Do they do more exercise? There was no difference in food intake of either seed or high-fat food after the weight had been attached. We also found no evidence of increased activity or exercise. In fact, instrumented birds did the opposite, significantly reducing time engaged in activity behaviors, measured in terms of time spent flying, walking, active perching, and hopping. In summary, in contrast to humans and rodents, not only can zebra finches avoid gaining mass on a high-fat diet, but they can actually lose mass on this diet, and without increasing overall activity or decreasing food intake. So what is enabling zebra finches and other passerine birds to have such impressive control over their body weight, even when food is plentiful, varied, and tasty? The process of energy balance and mass regulation in animals is usually assumed to involve adjusting energy intake through calorie ingestion and energy expenditure through activity. But it can in principle at least involve a greater array of mechanisms, including increases in background metabolic rate or changes in the efficiency at which food is converted into energy via adjustments in energy assimilation efficiency, i.e. digestive efficiency, or decreased cellular efficiency, e.g. mitochondrial efficiency. There are many more findings in this study, including about how the birds might be registering that their effective weight has increased. If you'd like to find out more, you can access our paper published in the Journal of Experimental Biology at the journal's website, or contact the corresponding author, Brett Hodinka.